Am I seeing this right that the Sephora sale only goes from Friday, April 4th through Monday, April 14th? According to my calendar, that's just a little bit over a week. I feel played. Isn't it usually 2 weeks, or have I just been living out on planet Mars? So I think everybody knows about the Sephora sale by now. It is most advantageous for those that are Rouge members like myself. We spend stupid amounts of money at Sephora in a given year and get 20% off during the sale. And then it's tiered down to 15% for the next level, and then 10%, I think it's called, for the beauty insiders. Look, I know some people are anti Sephora, and I know some people feel like they can get better deals elsewhere. That's totally cool. Shop wherever you feel comfortable. This video is for the Sephora addicts like myself that enjoy loading up your cart, getting the discount all at once, and that entire sleigh full of goodies coming to your doorstep for you to unbox in the comfort, peace, and joy of your own home. If you're that person, this video is for you. We're going to be talking about top recommendations in the fragrance department. If you're newer to my channel, I have a lot of fragrances and I want to say I'm getting pickier, but that's not the truth. I'm actually getting more interested in a wider variety of fragrances, which sounds nonsensical, but I only have a handful in my cart. I have a couple that I'm considering adding, and then others that I think folks would be interested in trying out. And I actually have some that I think you should skip if you have tastes that are anywhere in the realm of mine. My preference for shopping the Sephora sale is to focus on fragrances that I can't get on discount elsewhere, like on the gray market, sites like FragranceNet or JOMASHOP or Fragrance X or Perfume Online, or those kinds of places that may have some of these already discounted. However, if you could care less about that and just enjoy the shopping experience at Sephora, there are two newer releases that I think you should take a look at. One is my now beloved BARENIA from Hermes. This is for those of you that enjoy smelling unique and different and separate from the crowd. You don't want to smell like everybody else smells. You want to be unique. The notes in here are at the top. There's something fruity in the plum direction. It's like a darker, fruitier, juicier note. And at the same time, it has this kind of dry feature to the top notes of this, which is kind of hard to explain. And then it settles into, and you can smell this right up front, by the way. You can smell the base notes right up front. It's not like it takes a while for them to evolve, but it settles into having some of that deep, dark, fruity sweetness, along with a feature of a woody patchouli combo. And it is so delightful, so adult. This is you showing up in all of your highest, most powerful energy without having to scream to others. You don't need to spray a lot on this one. A handful of sprays will take you through the whole day. It's a very long lasting fragrance. Friends, long after you feel like you can't smell this anymore because you've gone nose blind to it, other people will be picking this up on you. Beautiful, defined, refined, confident, secure fragrance. I would say this is fairly unisex. The fruity aspects of it maybe make it lean a tiny bit more feminine, but I think gentlemen and ladies can pull this off alike on their skin chemistry. It almost even has like this boozy nature, and not boozy like liquor, but boozy like almost like a sweet beer. I know that sounds weird, but it just works in this fragrance. One, to get your nose on first. So if you haven't tested this out first, unless you are an adventurous blind buyer, I would say skip this, okay? But for those of you that are adventurous, you like a wide variety of scents, you can tolerate a scent that has a lot of body, yaddy, yaddy, personality, depth, substance, and is set apart from the crowd, this is a great one. Next up is one from a makeup brand, their first perfume release, and I call it my little Smurf bottle because it looks like a little Smurf hat from the cartoons. Any 80s kids here that used to watch the Smurf cartoons, it looks like the hat. Anyway, this is called Retrospect. The brand is Merit. Merit is a makeup brand. They do clean, I believe they do clean, like clean beauty makeup. And I have some of their products, fabulous lipsticks too, if you're into that. I didn't do makeup products on this video. I've done makeup products on my other channel, Essential Veronica. Let me pause and just say that I also rack up on a lot of skincare and makeup and sometimes hair products too during the Sephora sale. But we're going to stick to fragrances for the sake of brevity. And I know that's what this audience is interested in. This is like a second skin, your skin, but better fragrance. It has been compared to Glossier You if you've tried that one. In fact, is it time for me to pick up Glossier You in this sale? Because I talk about it a lot. So think about those sort of purpley florals with a little bit of powderiness and muskiness and a slight woody base, like a pencil shaving kind of base. What's lovely here is that there's also citrus and pear at the top of the fragrance that adds a sweet facet to it. It has a floral heart of jasmine, rose, and violet. The base is vanilla, musk, and moss. I can't say I really pick up much, distinct mossiness here. Oh my gosh, it's even lovelier than when I purchased it. I liked it when I purchased, and it's really, really growing on me. I've worn it a few full days since I've purchased this in. Did I get this in the last Sephora sale, or maybe I got it for Christmas, like that time frame somewhere in there? Delightful, quirky little bottle. I like that it has this kind of place for your thumb or your finger to hold the bottle. It's different in terms of the bottle shape. I appreciate the uniqueness of that. And I appreciate that this is a Your Skin But Better with a sweetness to it. Really delightful for those of you that are into like that clean girl aesthetic. Lovely for that. Next, what's in my cart waiting to be purchased? First up is My Way Ylang. I purchased My Way Nectar with that beautiful pear notes in 2024 when it was released. One of my favorite fragrances from the line and one of my favorite releases from 2024. And this one is close on the heels. This is coming in hot. This is like the My Way DNA. So you're thinking about like a tuberose focused floral that has that sweet sort of bubblegummy aspect to it. The fragrance description does list this as a fruity floral, even though the scent type is fresh solar. Coconut water accord, ylang ylang mingled with white floral bouquet and tuberose, all enveloped in the sweet warmth of vanilla bourbon. This is warm and tropical and lovely. It's been compared to Flower Bomb Tiger Lily. Did I get the name right? I have a small bottle of that as well. And yes, there are some similarities, although I think this fragrance stands on its own with the pronounced floral tuberosy aspects. And I think this one is probably a little bit sweeter than Tiger Lily is. Both beautiful. I can't wait to wear this summer. I love that it has, here's the thing, a tropical nuance without being in your face tropical. And I appreciate that about this and think it's one that would wear well all year round, especially if you like a floral bouquet, if you like a warm base from a vanilla, and you appreciate the sort of sweetness that the tropical notes lend. Really delightful. This is a nice one. Assuming the size that I want is not sold out when I go to purchase it, I think I'm gonna grab a smaller bottle of the Kayali Phlur Majesty Rose Royale 31. If that's not the biggest tongue twister, woo. The bottle of this looks exactly like this ombre effect. Very pretty. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this fragrance. Keynotes, pear, royal rose, not any old rose. You need it to be royal, and musk. It's considered a warm floral, and I would say it's a fresh floral as well, perfect for spring. So it's been compared to Delina and Delina Exclusive, and I think it has facets of both and is also its own fragrance. It has that same sort of thick, very flirty rose that is in Delina Exclusive, as well as the powdery aspect of that. And it has some of the youthful, fruity aspect of the original Delina without having the sharpness or the tartness that that one has. This is really delightful. It's interesting as I'm sniffing this now from this bottle. It's smelling even better than when I first purchased it and tried it. The opening of this fragrance when you spray on skin, at least a few times that I tried this in the past, is a little bit sharper than I would like, but give that just a few seconds to sort of mellow out and for the alcohol to start to sort of burn off and settle, the fumes, if you will. And then it becomes this really pleasant, sweet rose with some powderiness and a lovely, gentle, musky base that lends an airiness and maybe even like a clean feeling to this fragrance. I think this is delightful for spring and one that I think would do well across age groups. I can see really young people enjoying this. It would smell great in a high school hallway, on a college campus, early career in the office, out to brunch, out to dinner with the friends, to family events. It's just a very versatile fragrance, quite lovely. Don't miss out on this one if you like spring focused, bright, fresh florals that have some sweetness and that powdery musky combination is something for you. Check this one out. This is the new Flower Bomb. It's Flower Bomb. Hold on, let me get you the right name. Extreme Eau de Parfum Intense, because you need extreme and intense. I don't quite understand that naming convention, but whatever. Love the beautiful pink nudie bottle, kind of like the color of my nail polish. I've been a Flower Bomb fan since it was released, the original. I still have a bottle of that I've been rocking with for, oh my gosh, probably 10 or 11 years at this point. The top notes from that fragrance have kind of mellowed out a bit, and so you just get the heart and the base of it. So I'm kind of ready for a new bottle of it. But instead of replacing the original, I'm going to get this extreme intense version. And why? Because the bottle is prettier. And this is like the original on steroids, like times 10. That beautiful floral flower bomb DNA with, instead of having like a stronger patchouli in the base, I feel like the vanilla base here is amped up even more. It's vanilla bean that is the note in the base, rose absolute as a keynote, and then raspberry at the top. The raspberry, yes, you get that in the beginning, and then it kind of mellows out into to just sort of like a general fruity accord here in this fragrance. However, friends, gosh, this is so beautiful. You do have to enjoy the original Flower Bomb experience. If you don't like that, you'll probably hate this because it's that times 10 with the creaminess, the comforting nature, and this beautiful, like sexy vanilla in the base. I mean, hubby loves this on me. We're too old to be, making new family members. But if we were getting ready to, this might be the fragrance that starts the party off, if you know what I mean. Very sexy, very alluring, gorgeous, very projecting, does well in the air. Winner, 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 chicken dinner. Don't sell this out. I want a bottle of this, okay? Then I mentioned in one of those purchase or pass videos that I had tried Brown Girl Jane's Casino and it didn't work out for me, and that it smelled like old stale pancakes and syrup with coffee off in the distance. It didn't work for me, but that I was interested in the brand. So I went ahead and purchased 4 additional travel sprays with no regrets. I'm so glad that I did. And there's 2 of these that I'm going to be purchasing and 2 others that I'm going to suggest that I'm not going to put into my collection right now, but I think are beautiful. I mean, I can't buy everything, y'all. So the 2 I'm going to purchase, Dawn is one. Wow, what a beautiful scent. It opens pretty strongly. It's raspberry blossom, amber, and vanilla bourbon that are the keynotes. This one is supposed to be a fresh floral, but for me, this fragrance is very warm and cozy and clean at the same time. I don't know what category that would fall into. The description talks about velvety, rich vanilla bourbon, vanilla mingling with raspberries and dewy water lily, and then gossamer iris petals and an amber glow. So I love the name Dawn, and it reminds me of a painting that I can neither recall the name of, so I can't find it for you to like show you, but it's like the sun is rising over a marsh, and you can smell like freshness in the air. Add to the vision of that painting that you have a cozy, warm, vanilla-based fragrance on. There are dewy florals somewhere nearby. There's a delicate powderiness similar to the powderiness in 100 Silent Ways. Does anyone else get that from this? And maybe some fresh, juicy fruits that have like a watery smell to them, but you can smell the fruitiness in them. Gorgeous. And this, as it settles down, I get less of the fruitiness and more of that just gentle, light, embracing, cocooning, comforting, clean, vanilla, powdery, light something combo, like light floral combo. It is super delightful. This is a fantastic fragrance. The dry down is where it's at. The opening is beautiful. The mid is lovely as well. The dry down is absolutely captivating for me. Warm, floral, sweet, fresh, like has like a watery aspect while it's also powdery. It's hard to describe. Quite lovely. Dawn, love the name of it too. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to get myself also a bottle of Carousel. Carousel. Love the name of it because, of course, it reminds me of being at an amusement park and smelling yummy things all around. Here, the keynotes are caramelized apple. I will say that I get something like that in the opening, like a sweet caramel, fruity, really clean, fruity kind of smell, soft cloud musk, and sandalwood creme, like creme. Actually, I'm going to venture to say that Dawn and Carousel are similar, except that Dawn leans in the dewy, floral petal direction with a more clean vibe, whereas Carousel has a bit of a more gourmand aspect. It's like you smell cotton candy being made in the distance, the apples being dipped into the caramel, like the fresh hot caramel. You're wearing a vanilla fragrance. There's something woody in here as well, and it is just fabulous. Fabulous, like subtle gourmand. It's not overtly in your face edible, but it has those sweet gourmand qualities to it. A little bit more subtle as I like it. It is beautiful. So Carousel is probably coming home to me. I'll talk about 2 other Brown Girl Jane fragrances in a second, but I need your advice on a couple. One is Golden Rule from Phlur. This is one that I really, really like. I find this to be captivating. It's like a summer, solar, floral, sweet, mature scent. I love how Phlur puts these like right under $100. Like the 1.7 ounce is $99. So it feels like it's affordable. Keynotes, Mandarin Splash. So it's like an opening of citrus here. Jasmine Blossom and coconut milk. It also has pink pepper, rich vanilla cream, orange flower, deeply luxurious and powerfully feminine, confident, and sensual. I would say that that's all accurate. This is really good. You have to like the smell of Prada Paradox. If you've tried that in the sort of triangular bottle that sits on its side, this has a lot of similarity to that. It is like a warm, floral, sensual, creamy. It almost has this like weedy or bready quality to it as well. Vanillic and maybe like even an ambery base. This is lovely. I don't know why I'm hesitating to put a bottle in cart. We shall see if I do or do not, or if I just stick with the travel spray through the summer and maybe pick up the bottle in the fall. It's great. It's great. Anyway, I would highly advise this whether or not I put it in cart. I think this is great. And then for the next one, if I do pick this one up, I'm going to pass along my Burberry blush from Burberry, which is gorgeous, but similar to this. This one has a little bit more warmth, and it's L'Impératrice Royale. I'm in this pink era where like everything that's pink and nudie captures my attention. So the bottle alone is like, all right, slam dunk on that. The original L'Impératrice I owned, and then I think I sold it or gave it away or something because there was a bit of a sort of sour tartness in that one that was hard for me to handle over time, although it was a lovely fragrance. I feel like this is similar to the original, but has more sweetness, is deeper and more pronounced in a way that's attractive to me. This one is considered a fruity floral, keynotes of cranberry, pink azalea, and cedarwood. And it says that the cranberry is tangy, and that's about right. So it has a little bit of that like sour candy touch, but it's also sweet enough and floral enough and hefty enough that I think I like this. I don't know what's in the base. I remember L'Impératrice being musky. I feel like this has some muskiness to it as well as maybe a slight woody tone, but it's primarily fresh fruity with a touch of something floral here as well. And I think this is lovely for spring and summer, and I like the bottle. So this may come home. I have to give this one some thought because my cart floweth over and I only have so much room on my shelves for anything else. So let me talk about the other two Brown Girl Janes that I think are worth checking out. One is Casablanca. I think this is fantastic. I have other fragrances that give me a similar vibe, so I'm going to pass on this one for now. And if I end up getting rid of those, then maybe this one will come into the collection. Ooh, this is pretty. This has marshmallow, vanilla, and sandalwood. Well, I call it pretty, but I also would call this handsome. It has a handsomeness that I think is appropriate for ladies' chemistry. I feel like this is a suede fragrance with a gourmand touch, and that is really interesting to me. I definitely pick up some kind of fluffy, marshmallow-esque tone, note, texture here, a sweet nod to a gourmand background. And I don't pick up sandalwood. I pick up almost like I said, a suede base to this, a soft, creamy, buttery suediness that is attractive. And so I'm going to play around with this travel spray some more. If what I just described sounds wonderful to you, if you don't have something like that in your collection, this is a beautiful, confident fragrance with edge to it that also still leans feminine. Like it has that unisex slash masculine edge, but feminine tones to it that make it really appealing to wear on feminine chemistry. Casablanca. The other one that I recommend is Carnival. The keynotes, Caribbean mango, whipped musk, and vanilla. And I love that they said Caribbean mango. When I think of Caribbean mango, I think about the mangoes that I picked in trees in Puerto Rico that is really sweet, juicy, like velvety, yummy juiciness. I think this is true to the description. It's sweet, it's tropical, it's got that vanilla backdrop to it. If you've tried Vanilla Skin from Phlur, it's almost like Vanilla Skin is the background of this with added like whipped tones on top of that or airy tones and a good heaping dose of juicy mango. Really good. I have other mango fragrances and I'm wanting to add My Way Ylang, which has that tropical flair. And so I'm not really feeling like I need this particular one in my collection when I have other mango scents, including Tiger Lily from FLOWERBOMB. And so I'm going to pause on this, but this travel spray will be used and loved. Two newer releases that I think are great to pick up in the sale. If you like these scent profiles, one, I'm not going to pick up a full bottle because I have other fragrances that remind me of this, and I don't love this enough to sort of bump those out, but it is great in and of itself, and that is from Henry Rose. The fragrance is called Dave. So this brand is owned by Michelle Pfeiffer. I always forget to say that, so thank you for those of you that remind me, hey, this is Michelle's brand, and someone shared that Dave is the name of her husband. And so this is for me very much a unisex vanilla. It's almost boozy, like it has this depth and sweetness to it while also having some kind of like woody masculine edge. and it's vanilla through and through in my mind. And so I'll keep the travel spray. I won't necessarily be needing a bottle of this because I have so many vanillas that I'm trying to work through. But this is great. The bottles are pretty. I had a chance to go to, there's a new Sephora. There's a new Sephora in town. Yay! And it is all of 8 minutes from my house. So I don't have to travel the 30 to 40 minutes all the way up to the west end of Richmond to try out fragrances. I can go right down the road. And I saw these bottles in the new flagship store near me. The bottles are pretty. I like a pretty bottle. So anyway, if you like vanilla and you don't mind a tiny bit of a masculine lean, ooh, this is so creamy and deep. Try this out. And then the other one that people are loving or not loving is Miami Shake from Juliette Has a Gun. This is supposed to give strawberry milkshake vibes. It's wild strawberry, ice cream cone, and vanilla absolute that are the keynotes. I think this gives a really interesting opening strawberry, not even milkshake, but like a strawberry tropical drink is sort of what I'm getting. Maybe mixed even with something like pineapple, a whipped concoction. So it comes out of like the frozen drink machine versus shaken, not stirred type of drink. I would say the strawberry part of this really sort of dies down into the middle and into the deeper part of the experience, and you're left with almost like a woody vanilla that I think is a nice fragrance. This doesn't call out to me, and so I'm not interested in purchasing this, but I wanted to share this for those of you that are fans of the house. I am. I have a number of Juliette Has a Gun fragrances that I really enjoy, and as a new release, you probably can't get it on sale anywhere, so this would be the time to pick this up. I cannot believe that I forgot to mention maybe the fragrance that I'm most excited to get, which is the Valentino Born in Roma EXTRADOSE in the pink bottle. Beautiful, smells very much like the original amped up, or if you think about the intense version that has that jasmine, that plus I think there's a boozy note, something like a rum or something like that in there that adds some depth, complexity, and sexiness to the EXTRADOSE. And so that is coming home with me. Oh my gosh, I nearly forgot it. Forgive me. And then I'm going to share just from my perspective two new releases that I think most people, maybe I shouldn't say that because I don't know everyone's taste. I'll just say that I'm not into these and I'm not sure if they are worth picking up. You make your own decision. I did purchase a travel spray of the new LIBRE L'Eau Nue Parfum de Peau, fragrance of the skin. And so this is very, very much in keeping with the rest of the LIBRE line. I would say the citrus is a little bit more pronounced here. I don't enjoy the lavender in this fragrance as much as I do in the intense version and the is it called Le Parfum? I have whatever the other flanker is. I always forget what it's called, Le Parfum. If you don't have any of the Libres, the Libre Flowers and Flames one might be one to pick up. It is actually quite nice, but I already had another one. Anyway, let's go back to this one. I don't know. I feel like there's something here that's clashing between the lavender and the citrus and some attempt at something like an orange blossom type of sweet floral note. It just doesn't jive together for me personally. I'd love to know if you have tried this, and if you did you like it? Do leave it down in the comments so that people that are reading through the comments can see other experiences that people have had with this. I'm going to go ahead and pass on this, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep the travel spray. I may pass this along to someone. Again, not that there's anything wrong or bad with it. I just prefer the other ones. That's kind of all. And then a perfume that I had high hopes for, and I am going to continue to work with this travel spray. It could be one of those that when you first smell it, it's an unfamiliar smell and you're having sort of trouble processing what it is. Because I can't say that it's an unpleasant smell, and I'm just not sure why I'm not jiving with it. This is L'Original from Moroccan Oil. So I haven't used a lot of Moroccan Oil products, but I know that the hair products smell good, and people were highly anticipating this. This is a fragrance that smells better in the air than on you. And that's okay. I have some fragrances like that where I refrain from sticking my nose into my skin because I know that's not how it's meant to be experienced, that a few feet away, diffused is the beauty of the fragrance. I feel like that's the case with this one. So I don't dislike this, but I feel like when I smell it up close, there's something that doesn't get along with me, and it smells something like chemical processing in a salon, like a hair salon when there's a lot of hair dyes and hairs being blow dried and flat ironed and all of that. And there's that sort of maybe slightly, it's not even like burnt, but I'm just going to say burnt because if you've been in a salon, you know what I'm talking about. That slightly burnt, dirty hair chemical smell, and it's so slight. And I smell that when I'm up close. Someone else, I think it's Chelsea perfume on the porch. Did you say that it smells mineral? So I get that too, that sort of sense. So this is one that I would like to wear out and see how other people react to it. The bottle's lovely. I think the concept of it is lovely. If you're into a clean smell, if you like sort of, it's not floral, it's not gourmand. It is kind of mineral, metallic, and clean hair, but it has that tiny, tiny bit of salon smell too up close for me. I don't know. I don't know that I want a full bottle. Anyway, this is one that I would say try it, see if you like it before you purchase, but definitely check it out because it's a unique and different offering. For me, I'm going to temporarily skip on this. Okay, so this isn't even on the Sephora site yet, and I'm not sure it's going to be up by the time of the sale. Maybe you know. If you do know, drop it in the comments. Ellis Brooklyn Guava Granita. I'm not on the PR list. Hi, Ellis Brooklyn. I would love to receive this. And if not, I may just purchase it myself. So, Granita is this Italian desserty kind of drink. I've never tried it, and I only know that because I looked that up when I tried the fragrance called Granita itself, like that's the name of the other fragrance I tried. And so this has keynotes of guava juice, banana, and vanilla, which sounds friggin' fantastic, especially for late spring into summer. The description, I'm gonna mess up one of these words because I'm not familiar with it. Fruity floral perfume, a blend of tropical fruity goodness, guava, banana, mango blossom, cavaillon. How did I do with that? Cavaillon melon, a rich underpinning of vanilla, sandalwood, and almond milk. Give me this. I think I want this. So I've had salt from Ellis Brooklyn in the turquoise bottle. Lovely. Really fantastic summer scent. I did send that to a friend. It does smell a little bit salty. And if I remember correctly, it's kind of like equal parts marine and floral and solar and some other things. And then Miami Nectar was last summer's Ellis Brooklyn summer release. I have that and I really enjoy that one also. And now Guava Granita. Look at this pretentious description. The fragrance is both fun yet refined, and it takes you to this place, Palm Springs, with crisp polos, drink, and tennis racket in hand. Get the hell out of here. So I'm interested in that fragrance. If you have tried it, let me know. I'm very, very curious. And if it comes online during the sale, I may add it to cart. That's all I have for you. Are there any other newer releases that you think are worth picking up at Sephora that we did not talk about in this video? Do tell our friends down in the comments so that other people can see what the recommendations are. What are you picking up in the sale? And if you don't pick up anything, that's totally fine as well. You should never feel pressured to shop any sale unless you're in the market anyway, you were looking at fragrances, you're ready, and you've got your money ready to purchase. I'm so glad that you hung out with me today. Thank you so much for joining me, spending a few minutes thinking through the fragrances that are best for this Sephora sale. Again, in my opinion, stick to the newer ones that are harder to get on the gray market unless you just don't care and you just want to add them all to cart. Your money, your decisions. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video.